Hi, welcome to another edition of Only in Illinois, your weekly video recap from Reboot, Illinois. I'm Matt Dietrich, and I'm here in the Illinois House Chamber, where Governor Bruce Rauner just gave his first State of the State address. Anticipation was high for this year's State of the State for two reasons. First, it was the first time since 2002 that a Republican was delivering the State of the State address. And second, because Bruce Rauner spent almost the last 2 weeks giving a preview of what he would be saying in today's State of the State. He wasn't shy about criticizing unions and their dealings with state government, and he also was sharply critical of Illinois' financial condition and what the state needs to do to bring back its economy. So, what did he have to say when it finally came time to give the address? Let's take a look at some highlights.
Our agenda must be about empowerment, about empowering the people of Illinois to control their futures. Empowerment means giving local voters the ability to control the collective bargaining issues in their local governments and take more responsibility for their employees' benefits. Empowerment means giving local government employees the ability to decide for themselves whether they want to join a union. We must also empower voters to decide for themselves whether they want their communities to become employee empowerment zones. These zones will give employees the freedom to choose whether or not they want to join a union. The best voter empowerment tool is term limits. Term limits overcome the power of incumbency and help bring fresh thinking to government. Let's finally give the people a chance to enact term limits by putting that constitutional amendment on the 2016 ballot and let the voters decide. Government unions should not be allowed to influence the public officials they are lobbying and sitting across the bargaining table from through campaign donations and expenditures. That has been federal law since 1947. Government must never force its employees to fund activities they do not support. While we currently ban contributions from many businesses with state contracts, some of the largest recipients of taxpayer money, like hospitals that receive millions from Medicaid, are still able to funnel huge campaign donations to elected officials. Let's close the special interest loopholes by extending the prohibition on political contributions for businesses with state contracts to all organizations with a state collective bargaining agreement and organizations funded by entities receiving state Medicaid funds. In time, we should also take another step towards trustworthy government by prohibiting trial lawyer donations to elected judges. Over the past dozen years, 275,000 more people decided to leave Illinois than chose to come here. To become more competitive, we must look to the structural impediments to our economic growth. Our workers' compensation, unemployment insurance, and liability costs all rank among the worst in America. Modern Forge employs 230 people. In Illinois, it paid between $700,000 and $1.5 million a year in workers' comp premiums. In Indiana, the same premium is $250,000. We must also help those workers who are barely getting by raising the minimum wage. Our economic growth and jobs package increases the minimum wage to $10 an hour over the next 7 years. I promised to increase education funding, and I will keep that promise. And our budget will increase funding for early childhood education. It's time we give every child and parent in Illinois the same choices. Our student and career success package will lift the cap on public charter schools and give parents and students more options. It's now or never for Illinois. It's time to act. It is make or break time for the land of Lincoln. Today marks a new beginning. Together, we will get great things done. Thank you, and God bless you.
That's this week's edition of Only in Illinois. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Will the Committee of Escorts please come forward to escort the governor from the chamber?